Alright guys, welcome in, welcome in. Never wait until you're hungry to eat. And always eat if you're hungry. Let's go ahead and get this, I'm going to make meal number 2 with you guys here. And I might make meal number 4. Alright, at least 2 meals. So let me get going. This is meal number 2. I'm going to go with some veggies lover salad. And we're going to tackle this topic this morning on why you should always eat if you're hungry. We always want you to eat if you're hungry. So let me dump this in here. I'm going to kind of tackle this topic. You always want to eat if you're hungry. Let me explain why that is. By the way, the second mix I'm going to go with is some baby kale mix here. We got some charred baby kale and spinach. So let's talk about this. The reason you always want to eat if you're hungry is because you never want to be hungry. You never want to stay hungry, right? And let me explain why that is. When you're hungry, hunger is regulated by your blood sugar levels, right? So when your blood sugar drops, your brain sends signals to your belly to scream, feed me, feed me. And then you eat and your blood sugar goes back up. But here's the problem with that. And by the way, for those of you just now joining, I'm adding baby kale mix. So this is going to be meal number 2 today. And I'm going to explain this meal as I go. So here's the problem. When your blood sugar drops, and if you're hungry, your blood sugar has dropped. When your blood sugar drops, your brain sends signals to your belly to scream, feed me. But here's what else happens when your blood sugar drops. You get hungry. You get cravings. You get brain fog. You get lethargic. You get sluggish. Your metabolism slows down. And you're more susceptible to binge eating. And I'm adding some banana pepper here. This is a great thermogenic food, by the way. So that's never a good thing. It's very difficult to burn body fat when your blood sugar level drops. So we want to avoid that. We want to always keep, here's what you want to have, balanced blood sugar. You always want balanced blood sugar. Now I'm going to go with this avocado right here. I'm going to cut this open. So you always want to add healthy fats to your salad. Anytime you have vegetables or salad with a protein, you always want to add healthy fats. And let me tell you why that is. Fats are satisfiers. Fats crush cravings. And this is an organic avocado. I bought it at Fresh Market yesterday. And fats promote satiety. And it's oftentimes when somebody has cravings at night, the same people that have cravings at night, those are oftentimes the very same people that aren't eating enough healthy fats during the day. Now, fats are usually much maligned by a lot of people. Carbs and fats are very much maligned. And the reason for that is that people think fats are evil. Fats make you fat. That's not true. When you eat the right amount of healthy fats with the right amount of vegetables, carbs, and proteins, the healthy fats can actually coerce your body to release stored body fat as fuel. Believe it or not. Now, I'm going to add in some cucumber here. Excuse me, zucchini. This is actually a zucchini. Just a few slices. I don't need a bunch. But let's get back to the topic here. Always eat if you're hungry. In fact, let me word it this way. If you're hungry, you should always eat. But you should never wait until you're hungry to eat. Let me repeat that, because that's a great line. If you're hungry, you should always eat. But you should never wait until you're hungry to eat. So let me talk about that. And by the way, I'm going to go with some, this is an English cucumber. I'm going to add some cucumber. So I want this salad to be a cruciferous, leafy green, high volume meal with thermogenic foods. I don't need a ton of cucumber, just a few slices. One more little slice. And now I'm going to add some more healthy fats in the form of ground flax seeds. This is going to be great. So this meal right here is going to crush cravings. It's going to reduce hunger. It's going to increase energy. It's going to promote satiety. And then lastly, it's going to boost metabolism. And just so you know, the role and expectation of every meal you eat should be to boost your metabolism, just in case you don't know that. All right, so let me sprinkle on some ground flaxseed here, and I want to show you guys what I'm going to add to this. You're going to love this, what I add. Now, I didn't put any tomatoes on here because I'm going to add pico de gallo. If you like pico de gallo, type in PDG. If you like pico de gallo, let's look at the ingredients. This has got tomato, yellow onion, cilantro, jalapeno pepper, lemon juice, lime juice, salt, pepper. So I'm going to, I don't want to bump the camera. I'm going to scrape some of it in here. I'm going to scrape a lot of it in, actually. Look at that. Let's get it all in here. Look at that. Delicious. I'm going to scrape in. If you like pico de gallo, type in PDG. Full of thermogenic foods, flavorings. We're going to get that going here. Now what we're going to do is I'm going to add in a little bit of salsa. This is medium milds or medium salsa. I'm going to add a little bit of salsa in here. Just a little bit. That's fine right there. Good. Let me put this away real quick. So let me recap one more time. The role and expectation of every meal you eat should be to boost your metabolism, increase metabolic rate, speed up metabolism. What is your metabolism? The rate at which your body burns calories, okay? So if you're hungry, you should always eat. If you're hungry, you should always eat. But you should never wait until you're hungry to eat. I need to like put that quote on a poster board, and you guys need to put that quote in your gym, in your kitchen, everywhere. You should never wait until, if you're hungry, you should always eat. But you should never wait until you're hungry to eat. Let me tell you why you should never wait until you're hungry to eat. Because most of you guys, if most of you guys waited till you were hungry to eat, a lot of you guys wouldn't even be hungry till around noon. A lot of you folks wake up. Most people, when they wake up, have not hungry, can't eat, no appetite. And if you waited till you were hungry, you wouldn't even eat till noon. And what would happen is, because you have to back into your food or your calories because you don't even eat till noon later in the day, you end up getting severe cravings at night. We want to avoid that. That's why oftentimes the people that get cravings at night and are really hungry late in the day, those are the very same people that have no appetite, not hungry, can't eat when they wake up. We want to fix that. Okay, let me dice this up. Let me get my knife, and I'm going to dice. Now, you don't have to dice up your salad, but I'm going to dice mine up here. It's just easier to eat. And I'm going to add my protein source in a minute. Let me get my knife over here, and we'll roll with this. All right, so I'm going to dice this up. I don't want to bump the camera, so I'm going to be careful. Now, last ingredient, blueberries. Delicious blueberries. A lot of you guys are scared to eat fruit. And the same people that are scared to eat fruit have no problem eating dairy. Now, let me tell you why they're scared to eat fruit. You guys are scared to eat fruit because you think it's high in sugar. And you think the sugar is going to make you fat or prevent fat loss. And that's a silly thing to think, because the sugar in fruits is totally different than the sugar in a Girl Scout cookie or the cheesecake you love, or the alcohol you drink, or the brownies you guys love to eat, or the ice cream you guys have a passion for, right? The sugar in blueberries is called fructose, and it's a natural sugar. Now, no, you don't want to load up on fructose. You don't want to eat pineapples and bananas all day. No, I'll agree with that. But there's nothing wrong with some very healthy blueberries or raspberries or blackberries or strawberries. Y'all with me? Or an apple, or maybe a pear. That's can be all part of a balanced, healthy nutrition program. Got it. Now, let me put in the meat here I'm going to eat, the protein source. This is extra lean ground sirloin. I cooked it yesterday, I think. Extra lean ground sirloin. That's it. That's all I'm eating right there. Now, I'm going to dice this up with a knife. Then I'm going to eat it. By the way, Periscope, if I've helped you at all today, do me a favor. Swipe up on the screen and share broadcast and invite followers, please. Only if I've helped you. And if you're watching this on YouTube, and you know someone that is scared to eat if they're not hungry, share this with them. Because when you wait till you're hungry to eat, it's too late. Your blood sugar's already dropped. Okay? So I recommend eating on the clock. Now, you say, well, what if I get hungry before it's time to eat? Well, obviously, then you would eat. Okay? But you should not chronically be getting hungry 30 minutes or an hour after a meal. it might happen once in a while, but if you have that chronically happening, you need to go back and add more calories, add more food to the previous meal. And I'll get people. I have a lot of people, and I'll show you right now what they do. I have a lot of people that are actually on my top-selling program here. Let me pull it up so you guys can see. This is my website here. I've got over 500 successful client transformations. This is my top-selling nutrition program right here. It's the oscillating macronutrient eating pattern, customized fat burning and eating program, metabolism boosting. And as you can see right there, it's my top-selling program. And once you click on the Buy Now button below, you're going to be redirected to your evaluation. I've got over 500 successful client transformations. People with hypothyroidism, type 2 diabetes, fibromyalgia, PCOS, IBS, Graves' disease, ulcerative colitis, Crohn's disease, people with prednisone, people on Lyrica, people on thyroid meds, antidepressants, birth control, cancer meds. People that are of all ages. Teresa here lost 6 inches off her waist in 6 months. Francis here is a nurse in a psychiatric hospital, lost 12 pounds of body fat. Amanda here's a furious binge eater, lost 6 inches off her waist 6 months. Tracy lost 36 pounds in 1 year. She's a doctor of chiropractic. Candace here is an ICU nurse practitioner. She's got Hashimoto's disease, lost 41 pounds of body fat in a year. Lucy's an OBGYN with 3 teenage daughters. Gained 4 pounds of muscle, lost 12 pounds of body fat in 4 months. JJ got ripped abs in 3 months. Claudia lost 19 pounds of body fat in 6 months. Rosie is a massage therapist. Lost 6 inches off her waist in 5 months. And the list goes on and on. But with all those people, they had their own customized eating program. And with that program, there was a couple times when they were actually hungry an hour after a meal. And they told me, what do I do? I said, great, let's handle that. I went back and I added more food. You don't need to, if you're hungry 30 minutes after a meal, you don't need to double the meal. I'll give you an example of one woman this past week said, I'm really hungry between meal 2 and meal 3 every day. Here's what I did. I added 1/4 cup black beans to meal 2 every day. And we added 1/4 cup macadamia nuts to meal 3. Boom, that's it. And you're like, well, that's not much. You're right, it doesn't take, just add a tiny amount of food at 1 or 2 different meals earlier in the day, and it'll crush those cravings. Now, their program was already designed based off their stats. I don't know y'all's stats, and I don't know your food preferences. But that's a good starting point. Guys, I hope this helped. Have a great day, and go burn some body fat. And remember, if you're hungry, you should always eat. But you should never wait until you're too hungry to eat. Guys, have a great day.